Hey guys, welcome. Tonight is Do Tasty Treats with Teresa. Like I said last week, I'm just going to give you some quick pantry meals. I know we're still under quarantine, so a lot of us can't get out, and so we're just going to use what we already have. So tonight I really wanted some salmon cakes, but I didn't have any salmon. So we're going to make tuna cakes. Let me adjust the camera so you can actually see what I want to do. There you go. So I'm going to make tuna cakes tonight because, like I said, I didn't have any salmon cakes. Now, the recipe that I found online called for 3 cans of tuna, but I'm only going to use 2. 1 can usually makes like enough for maybe 2 patties, so I'm only going to make 4. Of course, I'm using our can opener. This, you can see here when you turn it, it locks into place, and as you spin it, and then you just unlock it, and then you use the little teeth here, the little parrot beak here on the side to take the lid off. It's quick and easy. One thing I don't think I've ever mentioned about our can opener, hold on, I'll show you as soon as I get all the way around the can. Use my little beak. Is this side here. You get those cans with the pop tabs. This will help you open them when you can't actually get in there and do it. This is my most used tool in the kitchen, the can strainer. I think I've shown it to you lots of times. Use it this way for the smaller cans, like a can of vegetables that you need to drain the water off of. But this way for a can of tuna. It fits right inside the can. Kind of push it down a little bit, and you see all the liquids coming up on top, and you can just drain it down the sink. Done. Same with the second can. So hopefully you all are still safe, and you're not going stir crazy yet, because it is going on week 2. So I'm sure you're all going a little berserk. Let me get a fork. Forks are a little easier to use. Just going to put it in the jar or in a bowl. Put it in a glass bowl so you can see what I'm doing. I'm just going to put the tuna in here. And this is when it gets fun, because you can do whatever you want from here. Most of the recipe calls for, I think, 2 eggs, so much onion, so much lemon, so much. But like I said, we're cutting back. We're only using 2 cans of tuna, and we're just going to use 1 egg. Just however you want it, however you like them, because these are going to be your patties, not mine. I'm going to put some breadcrumbs in there. Hopefully you still have breadcrumbs in your house. If not, you can use a piece of bread and just like the heel of the bread that nobody likes to eat anyway, and just crunch it up and put it in here. I just kind of eyeball it. I think the recipe said 10 tablespoons. Depends on what you like. So, you know, it's your meal. And here's the fun part. I'm going to add some garlic and herb just to give it a little flavor. Don't know how much. Playing with it. And then the recipe said a little bit of onion. Do you like onion? Add it. If you don't add it. It's up to you. Like I told you before, I always keep my knives still in the package like this because they're sitting in the drawer. I don't have a place to actually store them, so they just stay in the drawer. That way I don't get cut when I pull out to something else. Hopefully you all are having a good evening. Not freaking out too much. Not going stir crazy yet. It's been an interesting week here, but we'll make it do, right? This too shall pass, right? So we will make it. Let's get the onion open. I'm going through all this work for just a little tiny bit of onion. But we'll make it do. That's okay, because I can use this onion for my eggs in the morning, or another dish that I'm gonna make later this week. Doesn't matter. So now that you guys are getting down low on your stock at your house, I know I'm getting low on my stock, just kind of play around in the kitchen, see what goes well together. You can contact me. I can try to help you make a recipe, find something that your family might like. And you know, this is a good time to experiment, play. You know, you're enriching your lives right now, so this is a good time to do it, one meal at a time. And just get this all mixed together. And however wet you like it, I like it a little on the dry side, and that way it's easier to make the patties. The same with my meatloaf, I like it on the dry side, and then when you bake it, it stays together like a loaf, not like crumblies everywhere. But it's your taste and however you like it. So now I got that part done. I got my skillet here. Like I said, this is only going to make like maybe 6 patties, so I'm just using my little skillet. Use my kitchen spritzer. You got to pump it a little bit to get this air mixed in it. The recipe called for some oil, but I don't like to use oil on these pans, so I just use for, you know, like Pam or something. This is just straight olive oil, nothing else is in here. When you pump it, you add some air to it, and then it works like an aerosol without the chemicals and this whatever else is in them. Now your hands should be nice and clean and washed, because I just washed them before I started. And then you just reach in there and grab a handful and make a patty. Now you could add Parmesan cheese. That gives it a good flavor. Turn the gas, the heat on, that would help, wouldn't it? You could add maybe green onion to give it some color. You know, whatever your family likes. But like I said, this is a time where you're just cleaning out the cabinet. Your meals are kind of scarce. So we're just going to have a kitchen challenge and see what you can come up with. Write in the comments below what you've created lately that maybe you don't normally make. Maybe you couldn't find flour, so you made something else for bread instead. I don't know. Tell me what you've done. You know, we can play around. There's all kinds of stuff we can do. Nobody says that you have to have a certain thing in the kitchen. Make it your own. Well, tell me, you guys, when you make salmon patties, because like I told you, that's really what I wanted. Here's a debate that I've had my whole life. Do you leave the bones in, or do you take the bones out? That is the question. I personally don't like the bones, but as a kid, I remember eating them with the bones in them. So you tell me what is the best. So I could have made 4. These 2 are kind of small, but you know, you get the idea what I'm making here. Let me wash my hands because they're all gooey again. And then by then my skillet should be a little warm and ready for the patties. So let's put the patties on the skillet. And you let them cook for like 5 minutes on each side, so they get the nice little brown color to them, and dinner's done. And or just using what we had in the kitchen. I didn't have to go get anything. You know, my chickens are still laying eggs. Someday I'll have to show you a video of the girls. And you know, like I said, I wanted salmon, but I got tuna instead. And we're just kind of make what we have. So be creative and be safe. Wash your hands, and I'll see you guys next week. If you're in a show, look above this video and your link for the party is right above. See you later. Bye-bye.